Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your bank account, and for the first time in years, you don't feel stressed. No anxiety, no fear of an unexpected bill, no wondering where your paycheck disappeared. Instead, you know exactly where every dollar is going. And here's the strange part. This feeling has almost nothing to do with how much money you make. There are people earning $30,000 a year who sleep peacefully, and there are people earning $300,000 a year who are drowning in debt. So what makes the difference? It's not income, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, it's a system. The people who seem good with money aren't usually smarter than everyone else. They've simply learned a few basic steps that most people never do. And once you understand these steps, managing money becomes surprisingly simple. Most of us were taught how to earn money, study hard, get good grades, find a job, work more hours, ask for a raise. But almost nobody teaches us what to do after the money arrives. Imagine filling a bucket with water. Now imagine the bucket has 10 tiny holes. You keep pouring in more and more water, but the bucket never fills. That's how many people treat money. They focus on increasing income while ignoring the small leaks. Daily coffee, food delivery, unused subscriptions, impulse shopping, expensive financing, small purchases that don't seem important. Individually, they're harmless. Together, they quietly steal thousands of dollars every year. Here's what's fascinating. People rarely become broke because of one huge mistake. Most become broke because of hundreds of tiny decisions they barely notice. Money disappears silently. Which is why the first step isn't making more money, it's paying attention. Step 1. Know where your money is going. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you spend last month's paycheck on?" Could you answer? Most people can't. Not because they're irresponsible, but because our brains are terrible at remembering small expenses. Psychologists call this the availability bias. We remember the expensive vacation, but forget the dozens of small purchases that quietly added up. A $6 coffee, a late-night snack, an online subscription, a random Amazon order. None of them feel important until you total them. Think of your money like a group of employees. If you don't know what each employee is doing, you can't expect the company to succeed. Every dollar has a job. Your first responsibility is knowing what those jobs are. For just 1 month, track everything. Not to judge yourself, simply to understand yourself. Because awareness always comes before improvement. Step 2. Spend less than you earn. This sounds incredibly obvious. Yet it's the one rule almost every financial problem breaks. Imagine your bathtub. Money flowing in from your paycheck is the faucet. Money flowing out through spending is the drain. Most people obsess over opening the faucet wider. Higher salary, second job, side hustle. But if the drain is open even wider, the tub never fills, no matter how much you earn. The wealthy understand one simple truth. Wealth is the gap between what you earn and what you spend, not the size of your paycheck. The gap. Every month, protect that gap, because that's where your future lives. Step 3. Build an emergency fund. Life has a terrible habit. It loves surprises. The car breaks down. Your phone suddenly stops working. You lose your job. A family emergency happens. Most people think emergencies are rare. They're not. They're guaranteed. We just don't know when. Without savings, every surprise becomes a financial disaster. With savings, the exact same event becomes an inconvenience. Imagine driving without a spare tire. You may never need it today, but the day you do, you'll be incredibly grateful it's there. That's exactly what an emergency fund is. Peace of mind sitting quietly in your bank account. Not to make you richer, but to make life less stressful. Step 4. Eliminate high-interest debt. Imagine carrying a backpack. Every month, someone secretly adds another brick. Eventually, walking becomes exhausting. High-interest debt works exactly like that. Credit cards, expensive personal loans, buy now, pay later purchases. At first, they feel small, convenient, almost harmless. But interest quietly grows in the background, even while you sleep. Many people think they're paying for products. In reality, they're paying for yesterday's decisions. The sooner you remove this weight, the easier every future financial decision becomes. Step 5. Save before you spend. Here's something that completely changes the game. Most people save whatever money is left. Successful savers spend what's left after saving. The order matters. Imagine serving dinner to a group of hungry people. If you try to save food after everyone finishes eating, there probably won't be much left. Money works exactly the same way. If saving is your last priority, it rarely happens. Instead, the moment your paycheck arrives, pay your future self first. Even if it's just 10%. The amount matters less than the habit. Because habits build wealth, not occasional motivation. Step 6. Make your money work for you. Saving money is important, but eventually, your money should start earning money too. Think about planting a tree. The first year, it barely grows. The second year, still slow. But after enough time, it becomes larger than you ever imagined. Investing works the same way. Every dollar invested becomes a tiny worker. One worker isn't impressive. 1,000 workers are. The earlier you start, the longer those workers have to grow. That's why time is often more valuable than investing huge amounts. Small investments, repeated consistently, can become surprisingly powerful. Step 7. Increase your income. Many people believe budgeting alone creates wealth. It doesn't. Budgeting protects your money. Income grows it. Eventually, there comes a point where cutting another expense isn't the answer. Instead, learn valuable skills. Negotiate your salary. Start a side business. Freelance. Invest in education. Create additional income streams. Imagine a tree. You can trim the branches forever, or you can simply grow a bigger tree. The best financial plans do both. Spend wisely, earn more. Now, here's the deeper lesson. Money management isn't really about money. It's about behavior. Think about brushing your teeth. It's not difficult. You don't need motivation every morning. You simply built the habit. Managing money works exactly the same way. The richest financial habits often look boring. Tracking expenses, saving automatically, investing consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt. Doing these things every month doesn't feel exciting, but that's exactly why they work. Because wealth isn't usually created by dramatic decisions. It's created by ordinary decisions repeated for years. There's another psychological trap called lifestyle inflation. Every time income increases, expenses quietly increase too. A better apartment, a nicer car, more expensive restaurants, luxury vacations. Nothing feels unreasonable. But suddenly, someone earning twice as much still feels broke. The problem wasn't income, it was that spending kept chasing income. People who become financially free don't avoid enjoying life. They simply make sure their wealth grows faster than their lifestyle. That's the difference. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't try to change everything overnight. Instead, start with these simple steps. First, track every dollar for 1 month. Second, spend less than you earn. Third, build an emergency fund before chasing investments. Fourth, pay off expensive debt as quickly as possible. Fifth, save automatically the moment your paycheck arrives. Sixth, start investing consistently, even with small amounts. And finally, keep increasing your ability to earn. None of these steps are complicated. The challenge isn't understanding them. The challenge is repeating them, month after month, year after year. That's where financial freedom is built. Here's something worth remembering. Managing money isn't about becoming obsessed with every dollar. It's about buying something much more valuable. Freedom. The freedom to say no to a job you hate. The freedom to handle emergencies without panic. The freedom to take opportunities when they appear. The freedom to sleep peacefully at night. Every wealthy person started somewhere, not with millions, but with one paycheck, one decision, one habit, then another, and another. Because financial success rarely comes from one brilliant move. It comes from hundreds of small, smart choices that compound over time. So don't ask yourself, how can I become rich overnight? Ask yourself, what's one smart money decision I can repeat every single month? Because in the end, your financial future isn't built by the money you earn today. It's built by the habits you choose to keep tomorrow.